Good evening, ghosts and ghouls. It's the one, the only, JT Ripper, and I'm here with
Todd of Thunder.
And today on A Horrible Podcast, we're going to be talking about EP.02, The Last of Us, entitled Infected. Infected. So, we pick up from pretty much episode 1 where, they do a brief recap of, the soldier freaking out on him, finds out, Ellie's infected, and Tess and Joel, escape. Joel beats the shit out of the soldier.
And they have hauled ass out of town.
Trying to get Ellie to her drop-off point. So, what did you think about this episode? You're an idiot.
No, it was
well,
it was a pretty action-packed episode, I would say.
The episode starts off with a flashback of how the virus spread so quick.
Yep, and it, I assume it started in China.
Yeah, that's the assumption. Everything got,
It's the Chinese virus.
Shut up. Fucking idiot. Anyway.
Everything starts in China.
The virus got spread through flour and stuff like that,
Food products. In China.
And through the world. It started in China. Anyway, it hit close to home because of COVID, Says it started the exact same way anyway. So it's a very emotional moment, and the scientist that knows all about this fungal disease, they show her this body that just died like a few hours ago, and they were explaining to this woman how it was just going fucking batshit bananas, and then she goes up and looks at it, and it has spores coming out of the mouth and everything like that, and she doesn't believe it because
shit's not supposed to live in humans.
It's not supposed to live in humans, but guess what? It mutated, and now it can. So,
with her expertise, she knows it's fucked.
Pretty much. The head of the Chinese army says, "What are we going to do?" And she says, "Bomb everybody."
She said, "A bomb everybody." And that's when we get this.
Do you take anything serious? You fucking retard.
She said, "The bomb everybody." And then that's
You're
where
racist.
we get...
You racist piece of shit.
She actually said,
"Stop." What the fuck is wrong with you?
And then we get to the current situation.
Anyway, they're trying to get Ellie through the city that's really fucked up. It's very reminiscent of the game. It's very on point with a lot of it.
They have to go through certain points because this shit has overgrown most of the city.
And the way that they were going to go collapsed.
Yeah, so now they have to go through the museum.
Yeah.
And this is where most of the action in this episode takes place.
Yeah, this is your first look at the clickers, because they're not called zombies. Because technically they're not your typical zombies. Mm-hmm. They don't feast on flesh and brains. They're just mutated loaves of bread that want to kill you.
Yeah.
And bite you. Nom, 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 nom.
Pretty much.
Anyway, Joel does a very good job explaining to you, if you've never played the game in this episode, of how the clickers work. They can't see you, but they hear you. So it's kind of like a sonar type situation, like with bats.
Yeah.
So you have to be very quiet.
Kind of like the creatures in The Descent when they're down in the caves and they hunt by sound because they can't see.
Yeah, and they done, to me, a very good job of explaining that for people that, haven't played the game. I'm sure, you haven't played the game. I'm pretty sure you picked up on that.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about the reveal of the clickers?
I thought it was pretty cool. When I first saw it, it looked like the big flower thing from Stranger Things.
Oh, the Demogorgon.
Yeah, it was similar to it, but they were fast and they were nasty and they were pretty, spooky looking.
Yeah, fun fact that the actors and actresses that did the voiceover sounds in the video game actually reprised and came back and did sounds for the show. Little FYI for you.
Nice.
The sounds and music that's continuing with the episodes and everything is fucking fantastic, and I love it. They done a very good job at the scene and the suspense and everything. And you think that they all get out unharmed, but Ellie gets not necessarily bit, but scratched again.
Yeah,
on the same arm.
And again, she doesn't mutate. She's healing pretty quick. And I think Joel and
Tess
is kind of coming to the realization that, okay, now they know why she's important.
Yeah, so they 100% believe her. And this episode did a lot better job with Joel and Tess' relationship in the game.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, they felt more of a couple in this game, in the show, than they did in the game, because, playing the game and everything, it was kind of like, you knew she was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get that vibe, and really, they didn't put a lot of emphasis on it. And I feel like that this series has, with the first 2 episodes, did a pretty good job at showing how tight they are.
Yeah, and I think, we knew, fans of the game knew that she was going to die, but people like me that never played the game, again, thought that she was probably going to be one of these main characters. So when her death happens in the episode,
yeah,
it's like, whoa, I thought that this was for sure going to be one of those main characters that's throughout the whole series. But, for the second episode in a row, they have kind of shocked me with a death that I thought would, carry out through the series. So that being, and I'm not upset about that. I mean,
right.
If you can surprise me and, they introduce these characters, and within an episode or 2, they reveal and give so much about them that I think it's fine if they decide to kill them. Right. It's not they just play the characters so well and explain them so well that by the time their death comes, you pretty much know everything you need to know about them anyway. You don't need 4 or 5 episodes or seasons to get across.
Right. And once again, this episode did a great job of doing that. Unfortunately, Tess got bit in this episode, while Ellie, survived. But,
she made a sacrifice so that Joel and Ellie could get away.
Yeah. She, made Joel promise her that, she was going to take care of Ellie and get her there and, make sure that this whole shit got turned around. Now, in the game, it's not a swarm of clickers that come to the building. It's actually the troops and the military. So, but, that was probably going to be a little bit too much back and forth. So they more focused on the threat that's out there more so than the actual, human threat, which was it's gonna come later. I mean, you kind of get that feeling that, the human threat is going to be just about as big of a problem, if not more, than the clickers.
Yeah. I mean, the episode established right off the bat that not only are you going to have to deal with these hideous creatures, but you got to deal with a corrupt government trying to, assort their authority in a time where anarchy rules.
Yeah. And,
so,
Joel and Ellie,
they set off on their journey.
They
continue.
They continue their journey. They escape. Tess, grabs a grenade and blows all these clickers to shit. But right before, clicker fucking sticks his fungi in her fucking mouth, which was disgusting.
Yeah, it was like one less, ooey moment before she
kaboom
made the sacrifice, and it just made the sacrifice more understandable, because you get to see not only these fuckers bite you or scratch you or whatever, but it seems like they want to mate and mutate.
Yeah, I mean that spread the disease, and you also got like different variations of clickers in it. So that at the beginning of the episode, you got what you said was very reminiscent of like the Demogorgon look, but then you had like regular ones, and then you had ones that were mutated and fungal looking and stuff like that. So they've done a good job at showing you the variety of like different infected.
Yeah, definitely. I enjoyed this episode just like the first one, and they've
done a good job of making you like feel for Joel again, because he keeps losing people, and it's hard, and you can feel that, like you're like, damn, is this guy gonna ever catch a win?
Yeah, like I said, this was the second episode where somebody close to him that I thought would be a main character dies. So they are making you feel very sympathetic towards him, at the same time staying true to, I guess, his character of being kind of a badass type of dude anyway. So,
right.
It was good. I look forward to the following episodes.
Yeah. Once again, I was very happy with this. It was a lot of stuff that was in the video game, but it was also stuff that was, changed for the show. And once again, this show does a great job of people like me that played the game happy, and people that haven't played the game happy also. And when you're doing that, you're making the world happy.
Yeah, I mean,
and you're fucking it up for everybody else, because you're setting the bar very high.
Yeah, I mean, I'm digging what I'm seeing so far, so,
I give this episode an 8.5.
I don't know. I don't really rate television episodes, but it entertained me, and I want to see what's next. So,
well, I'm gonna rate the episodes. Todd, I believe, will rate the overall season along with myself.
I mean, as long as I'm happy with the episode and it makes me want to watch the very next one, I'm going to have high praise for it. So,
right.
First two episodes, very high praise. I like it.
And I'm very excited that they're doing week-to-week releases.
Yeah.
Like, this makes me happy. This makes me feel like a kid again. Like something to look forward to every week.
Yeah, it definitely gives you something to look forward to. I remember back in the day when Walking Dead first started.
Yeah.
It was very similar. It's on a Sunday.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like every Sunday you waited for The Walking Dead until, it got kind of overdone and you kind of fell out of it or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, I haven't gotten back into a series like that in a while. Usually it's either, it's all on the streaming services, 8 episodes, 10 episodes or whatever, and you can just binge watch it, or, it's something like, I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, well, like with
You know what I'm trying to
yeah,
say.
with the episode dump that I call, where they drop all of them all at you at once and then you binge watch it and it's over with. I feel like marketing wise, this is great because it keeps people talking week to week about your show. So they're going to be talking about The Last of Us for 9 weeks total.
Yeah. And, if you watch them all at one time, that's cool. If a series is over and you're on to the next season or whatnot, that's pretty cool. But when you drop all of the episodes at one time, people watch them within a day or two, and 2-3 weeks from now, they forgot everything that they just watched.
Yeah.
So
I feel like Stranger Things could have benefited.
Yeah, me too.
From this type of setup.
They definitely have had a lot of problems as far as like when they release episodes. Because, I mean, Jesus Christ, by the time they fucking released them, these kids are fucking 35 years old.
Yeah, terrible. But we're not here to talk about net sucks. So
yeah, this was good.
The Last of Us is still taking aim and kicking ass with episode 2. I'm enjoying it. And I'm JT Ripper. Thank you for listening.
Yep, and I'm Todd of Thunder saying toodaloo. We'll catch you on the next episode, episode 3.